Welcome to this explainer. Okay, we need to dive right in because we have an incredibly dense, totally chaotic 30-second teaser to unpack today. We're looking at the highly anticipated promo for Humrahi episode 11, and our goal right now is to untangle these super fast, rapidly edited snippets into clear, logical narrative threads. We want to uncover the actual stakes before the episode even airs. There is just a massive amount packed into this short preview, so we're going to break it all down step by step using the text straight from the source. I mean, talk about a heavy hitter right out of the gate. Let's immediately jump into the absolute most explosive moment of the promo, highlighting the devastating emotional reality of a jilted bride. This single sentence carries so much weight. It instantly tells us that a major, catastrophic event has already gone down. Someone was literally left waiting in their wedding dress while the groom was completely, seemingly comfortably, disconnected from the whole thing. It's a jarring image, and it completely sets the tone for the surrounding drama. So the natural question is, how on earth did the protagonist end up in this absolute disaster of a situation? To understand this kind of profound heartbreak, we have to put on our detective hats. We can't just look at the emotional explosion at the end. We have to rewind and deconstruct the exact sequence of events and decisions that led up to this wildly chaotic bedroom confrontation. That brings us to our first major narrative thread, Section 1, Desire for Dr. Alith, and where the romantic conflict begins. It all kicks off with what appears to be the primary inciting incident of this entire messy situation. Look at this incredibly clear, undeniable declaration of love. The protagonist directly states his main motivation to his father, saying point blank, "Baba, I want to marry Elif." There is zero ambiguity here. He's got his sights set entirely on Dr. Elif, and he is making those intentions known to the family patriarch. What's absolutely fascinating here is the cause and effect. This singular focus on marrying Dr. Elif is the exact catalyst for all the sudden family turmoil. This unwavering desire is the first domino to fall. It's the spark that ignites the panic and conflict among everybody else. Once he makes this declaration, the status quo is totally shattered, and everyone has to scramble to react. Let's see how this builds in Section 2, A Father's Big Promise and the Unexpected Endorsement. You'd expect some traditional pushback or family resistance here, right? But nope. Instead, the protagonist receives a shocking level of support. His father insists he will get him married to Dr. Elif with great pomp. He doesn't just quietly nod and agree. He enthusiastically, emphatically promises a massive celebratory wedding. He's essentially throwing his entire weight and authority behind this union. But honestly, it's almost too easy. We have this total endorsement and the promise of a grand celebration. But notice how this enthusiastic agreement actually sparks immediate suspicion for the protagonist. The promo drops the line, "Why would you do this suddenly?" And that is absolutely brilliant because it illustrates the underlying tension perfectly. Even the guy getting exactly what he wants realizes that this sudden fatherly support feels unearned and highly suspicious. What is the father actually playing at here? That lingering suspicion brings us right back to the horrific fallout in Section 3, confronting the bride and the devastating reality. The real tragedy hits when we contrast these two realities side by side. On one hand, we've got the stated goal, the desire to marry Elif. That was the driving force. But on the other hand, we have the devastating consequence, a woman waiting alone, dressed as a bride. Looking at these two undeniable facts perfectly captures the tragic love triangle operating right at the center of episode 11. It's a literal collision course where one person's dream is actively building another person's nightmare. And the context implied by the dialogue makes it so much worse. The protagonist is confronted while just resting in bed, seemingly totally oblivious to the wedding that was supposed to be happening. There is a deeply painful irony in a woman standing there in elaborate wedding attire, while the man she was eagerly waiting for is casually lounging in a bedroom, possibly entirely unaware of the trauma unfolding just rooms away. This naturally leads to a massive eruption of feelings. Let's move into Section 4, Claims of Betrayal and the Emotional Fallout. The confrontation in the bedroom escalates way beyond just confusion and turns into very serious accusations. We hear the agonizing line, "You also made me cry. He committed this betrayal." Taking a step back, the depth of this pain is so obvious. This isn't just a mix-up. To the jilted bride, she is explicitly calling it a betrayal, a deliberate deception. The trust is completely, utterly shattered. Okay, let's organize this chaos. TV promos are basically designed to give you whiplash, but plotting these snippets on a timeline reveals a very clear trajectory. Point 1, the declaration of desire for Elif. Point 2, the inevitable missed wedding where the bride is left waiting. And point 3, the explosive, heartbreaking confrontation in the bedroom. Seeing this logical flow helps us grasp exactly how fast a simple declaration of love mutated into a total, unmitigated disaster. But wait, because the promo does not stop at romantic wreckage. We have a sudden pivot. Here is Section 5, The Uncle's Hidden Secret, and uncovering the deeper mystery. The teaser directly poses this crucial question to us. Is Uncle hiding something from me? This single line totally shifts our focus. We move straight from surface-level romantic drama right into suspenseful underlying family secrets that threaten to unravel everything. It strongly hints that the love triangle might actually just be a symptom of a much larger, hidden sickness going on in the family dynamics. And honestly, the uncle's behavior is incredibly strange. Just listen to this desperate, dramatic plea. He says, "As long as I am alive, as long as I am conscious, I will never hide anything from you. Will you marry my son?" He is suddenly, urgently proposing marriage on behalf of his own son and wrapping it up in these massive life-or-death vows of honesty. It's a colossal overreaction that practically demands our attention. Let's systematically look at the clues of deep deception we've gathered here. We have a sudden, desperate marriage proposal. We have an unprompted, overly dramatic vow to never hide anything, which, let's be real, is usually exactly what people say right when they are hiding something huge. Add in lingering questions about his true motives and the overarching threat of a hidden family truth. These clues strongly suggest the uncle is aggressively trying to cover up a massive secret before the rest of the family puts the pieces together. So as we wrap up this explainer and you prepare for the full episode, I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought to chew on. Who is the true betrayer in episode 11, and what devastating secret is the uncle desperately trying to bury? Is the protagonist at fault for his desires? Is the father manipulating the situation from the start? Or is the uncle pulling all the strings to hide a much darker truth? Ask yourself how all these broken promises and hidden realities will finally collide. Thanks for joining me to deconstruct this drama, and definitely keep these clues in mind as you watch the story unfold.